Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Thank you for checking out another one of my intraday/day trade analysis. It's your boy ABK, and let's go ahead and get this thing started. Usually, I do know that I do start my analysis at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time instead of 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. But today, like I said, like I've been telling you guys, I've been moving. I've been just trying to get stuff set up, and so with me moving, and obviously you guys can tell from the background behind me, those who are watching the playback, that this is literally well, nobody's on here yet. But this is because a different place. This is a different office space. I'll take a picture and all that later when I do have everything set up. But enough of the small talk. Let's just go ahead and get this thing started. I do believe. Oh wow, I did not know that there was a waiting room. Sorry, I did not know that there was a waiting room. Give me a second. I forgot that I have one more place that I need to send this to. Totally forgot about this. Paste. There we go. All right. So yeah, so let's go ahead and just get this started. So what I'm still looking at the same thing for the DXY. It did push up a little bit higher than I was expecting, but that's the reason why we wait rather than trying to get into trades right then and there. And so I'm still looking for this. I'm still looking for a price to drop back down and retest this level at 91.310. But I will be watching if price comes to 91465. But I am definitely more looking towards I really want to see 91.465 than more than price just like dropping down to, like, let's just say this little support right here. Let me make this into a regular box. I'd rather just price come down all the way here rather than bouncing off of this structure that it created right here and then continuing to the upside, which I do know that's a possibility, because even if you look at it from this point of view, let's just take off this fib real quick. Let me actually take all this stuff off and then I'll put it back on before I'm done. Um, let's just look at it from this point of view where price did a break and retest of this structure that it made. We could literally see that, right? Wrong tool. We could see that where price put in work at, it came at the 70.6, probably hit the 90% fib, and then rejected off of that. So this could potentially keep going to the upside, but that's not what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at that at all. Like I said, I'm just really still sticking to this setup. Wait a minute, what's over here? Oh, that was previous setup. Hold on. I'm still looking at this move to still happen. I still want to see the price drop down. So now I kind of have to put it over here to make it more realistic, and then for price to keep pushing to the upside. This is what I'm looking at for the DXY. So if price does reject where it's at right now and then keep going to the upside, by all means it can, but I'm just not going to be in it because I'm sticking to what I know. I'm sticking to my strategy that I make money off of. So again, I'm still waiting for this to happen. But one thing that I do like, and I just saw this morning, is that if you go onto arbitrage, it's already trying to show you that it's beginning to sell. And so the same thing that I was waiting for right here, where it broke, retest, continuation to the downside, that's what I'm still planning on right here. I still want to see, well, we already got the breakout. Now I need to see price retest this RSI line right here. I need to see retest that before I start saying that, okay, yes, now I'm going to go ahead and get into a sell. Now, this the way how the bands are with this right now, it doesn't look like it'll reach where I need it to go, but I still would take this, and I still would take it to the downside, because if we go into the 2 hour time frame, we can see that it's setting up just as well. And so you could do the same thing. This looks better to me personally than the 1 hour time frame, but I'm still gonna wait for this retest regardless on the DXY for so this, like it's the same setup that I had on Sunday, waiting for the retest and then a continuation. The price can keep going up all at once, but if this doesn't happen, then I can't get into anything. So That's for the DXY. It's going over to Euro USD. This is not my, there we go. So yeah, that's for the DXY. It's going over to Euro USD. Same thing with the Euro USD. I thought it was going to stop right here. It didn't, but it's back at that level. It came over here. So again, same thing with the Euro USD. Like there's not much of a difference for me personally speaking. I really don't want to try to buy off of this, but I do know that since the DXY, it's starting to call for the DXY is starting to call for a sell. I'm pretty sure that the Euro USD is starting to call for a buy. If you go into the 15-minute time frame, I do like how price came down a little lower, popped up. What I would be looking for from a technical analysis point of view to try to get into a buy or anything like that would be probably for price to push back down to 1.18588 and then continue to the upside, right? So I'm going to go ahead and set an alert for that because I like that a lot. And actually, let me look at where the point of control is at. Right here. Boom, lines up perfectly to where I'm really looking at price to come back down. That's actually hella clean. So again, I'm really just going to go ahead and set this alert here. 71% fib buy possibility. Then I'm going to place that and I'm going to wait and see what this does because I wouldn't try to buy over here either because again, I could just see price dropping back down to 1.18500 or 580 and then pop to the upside. So with that being a possibility, I'm just going to be like, I'm just going to chill, wait and see what's going to happen, take my time. And once I start to see things go into my favor, then you guys know what it is. I'm definitely going to look for that buy opportunity. But again, arbitrage already has the buy getting called. So with that being said, all I really want to see, you can buy right here if you want to. The candlesticks are green, so that's showing bullish momentum. But I wouldn't personally want this. I still want price to come down and really retest right here so that I can have better pricing in the market, That's what I would rather prefer. I'd rather see that price come down here, then start to make the pop. But if it, like I said, you can literally buy right here if you would like. It's just the risk reward becomes less once you start to do that. Sorry. Always forget to take that off. Because with this risk reward, what I would probably have it at is, or not the risk reward, my stop loss would be like 59 pips right there. And then a TP. Well, I'm looking at the 2 hour for this as a take profit as well, because that matches up with my sell that I'm looking for overall with Euro USD. And honestly speaking, from where price is at now to my entry, it's not that far gone. It's not that far off. It's literally just like 10 pips, I think. Let me see. Oh, never mind. That's a whole 17 pips. Yeah, never mind. I have to wait for that. If it was 10 pips, I would have got in, but it's 17 pips. And so if you put this right here, let's just look at the difference between the risk reward, right? So right now, risk reward for this move is a 124.74. But then if I had it to where I had it before, it turns into a 112.79. So you see how that 20 pip difference makes all the difference? That's the reason why I'm going to be patient and wait on it. So what I'm going to do is set my alert whenever this arbitrage, oh wait, wrong one, Euro USD crossing arbitrage RSI line, because that's what I always look for. Then I'm going to create that, continue anyway, and I'm going to wait, because then again, my risk reward becomes so much better. I'm risking 37 pips instead of 60 to get 185. And so let me copy this, and then I'm going to go over to the other time frame and see how it matches up with my entry that I have for technical analysis. So I'm going to paste it. It's not far off. It's close to the 61.8%. So it's not really far off. I do like this trade setup personally, because again, this goes up to where I'm looking to sell Euro USD, and that just matches up perfectly for me. So, oh wait, hold on. I'm gonna move this. down to here. So yeah, this is what I'm looking at for Euro USD. I like this buy a lot. You can buy it right now if you want to, but again, I would rather wait for price to retest my RSI line because that's going to give me better pricing. So there we go. That's what I wanted to do the other day, and I don't know why it wasn't letting me. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at for Euro USD. Go on over to GBP USD. I'm definitely looking for that right there. All right, let's see what GU got for me. So GU, again, decided not to come down to my 71% fib right here at one. Wait, what am I doing? So price definitely didn't come to my 1.37600 pricing that I wanted, and it looks like that is just gonna go and make a high. And you know, this is just the same thing how I say sometimes that if you want, you can stack your positions. 61.8 fib, put 3.3% of your account. 71%, put another 0.3. 78.6, put another 0.3, or put 0.4, and that's a whole 1% that you're risking on this. And although that's 3 different trades, I consider that all to be one trade. But yeah, I still see price coming up, grabbing this liquidity up here, and then ultimately starting to make lower lows. And same thing as I've been mentioning before, until 1.365,730, this area right here, as soon as this demand zone gets broken, that's when I'll start to say that, okay, I'm looking for sales on GPUSD. But until then, can't do it because it's still bullish overall. Same thing. Daily time frame, super bullish, super bullish. So you just got to go with the trend, you know? So, and unfortunately, my entry, like I said, it didn't get hit, but let's go see what arbitrage has for us. So 1 hour arbitrage, called for the buy, yada, yada, all that good stuff. Dang, this caught nicely off the retest and everything. Boom. But anyways, let me look at the 2 hour time frame. Okay, cool. So if I could really get GPUSD to drop down to 1.38484 and then pop up again, that'd be clean. I'd take that. No cap. I'd really take that. If it could do this move and come back down to 1.38500. Ooh, even I like that. I like that entry right there too, 1.38500. My stop loss would naturally be under these lows. And so, yeah, it's the same thing as with Euro USD that I'm looking at for this. It's the risk to reward isn't that great, but all I really see this doing is making higher highs, realistically speaking. So let me go on to the 4 hour real quick and see what this got for me. Yeah, no, I like this. I like this. Even though if it's a model 1 to 2, it's very close to it. So I like this possibility to play out. In fact, I'll even make it a 1 to 2, just so that it's better for me. I like taking 1 to 2s. So this is what I'm looking at for GPUSD, honestly speaking. And the chances of it happening, I like it. I like the chances of this playing out very nicely and pushing to the upside, especially since it's been rejecting off of that 61.8 fib. So let's see what GPUSD has in store for us. I'll be watching this as well. Oh, wait a second. Let me set an alert. GPUSD crossing arbitrage RSI line and then create. That's what I want to see. It looks like it might not happen, but let's see what happens. You know, that's what I need for it to happen for me to get into the trade. All right, it's going over to AUD USD. So I am still in this buy. Price came back to my entry. That's why patience is key. Because if you would have just been like, oh, price is coming close to my stop loss, you would have got out early, then price keep pushing up. So, but yeah, so price is basically still at my entry for AUD USD. This is a swing. Sorry. This is a swing trade, but I still do like it very much so. I still like it for the bottom. This looks very promising. And again, it's the same thing with GBP/USD. AUD/USD, very bullish. And I do see this liquidity down over here. I do see this possible liquidity grab down over here to happen. But overall, and look, divergence right there, solid. But overall, I do want to see AUD USD push to the upside. If price does drop, that's the reason why I have a stop loss. Drop down and then push back up to the upside. I need that thicker. One more? No, it's too thick. There you go. So yeah, so I like the push to the downside, then push up for AUD USD to possibly happen as well. But I don't think it's going to happen yet. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But overall, I'm in this buy. I'm still holding on to the buy. Let me get rid of this. One thing that I could definitely potentially be seeing happening. Let me go on to a fresh chart because I'm going to keep that. But I want to see what else we have here. What I could definitely see happening, for me to get into a sell on AUD USD personally, even though it's in a definite uptrend on the higher time frame, is for price to come back up to 0.78910, and then I'll possibly start to be like, okay, what are you going to do from here? Are you going to end up dropping, or are you going to end up pushing to the upside even higher? You feel me? So that's what I'm going to be watching for AUD USD, but I am way more bullish than I am bearish on this, because again, I was trying to sell it, and it was like, nope, I'm going to keep buying, and because it's in an uptrend, I have to go with the trend. Like, the trend is your friend. No need to go up against it. But again, if price comes up to this area, I'll start looking for potential sells. Maybe. I doubt it, but maybe. Let's see what happens. Going on over to arbitrage. Remove drawings. Go to the 1 hour time frame. I didn't really care for how that looked, but hey, it is what it is. 2 hour time frame is probably the best bet as well. Wait for the retest. It's basically the same entry that I have. I would just say that if you're not in AUD USD, that buy still is very much valid, personally speaking. Like this buy right here, it's still very much valid. Price is probably like, what, 1 pip away from my entry. So this is just as if like, oh, I'm just getting into the trade if you haven't gone into it yet. But for AUD USD on arbitrage, what I would like to see is for price to come back down to 0.76834 and then push to the upside. That's what I'm really looking for. 4 hour time frame, that'd probably be like the breakout type of thing. But daily time frame, me seeing this makes me very cautious on AUD USD. It hasn't called for the sell yet, but it could very well do it very shortly. But I'm just being patient and waiting. I'm not gonna try to make any type of dire changing situations, or like not dire changing situation, dire changes in what I'm seeing. Because I like this. I like the sell personally. I mean, I like the buy personally. Okay. GPAUD, I've been waiting for this to calm down to tell me what it really wants to do. And I think I think it's done its thing. So clear all that off. That buy was clean. I'm not going to lie. Anyways, GPAUD, been respecting this trend line that I drew for the pendant. Let me go into the 4 hour time frame and show it even better. There we go. Price thought that it was going to break out here, but then it came back in. Although I do see this bullish candle right here. I'm still saying that's clean. I'm still kind of iffy. On GA potentially like selling off. I don't think that it will sell. This is definitely more of a swing trade idea that I'm having, but it's just been respecting this sell box, first of all. Been respecting this sell box also nicely, and this pennant that I drew, it has to break out to one side. I was thinking that with all the news and all the stuff that's been going on, that if it was gonna push to the upside, it would have already done that. And again, I am still very much bullish on AUD USD, and just like I mentioned last week, if I'm bullish on AUD USD, I have to be bearish on GA. And GA is lining up with a lot of bearish confirmations from myself. So what I'm going to do is, and it's going to probably be the same type of thing that I had the first time that we got stopped out. I'm putting in a sell, and I'm gonna put my stop loss down there. And even if you put, I personally actually might even make my stop loss even less, put it like at right here, because if price does end up breaking out of this, I expect fully for it to keep going to the upside. So I am gonna have my stop loss like this. I know it's a little too close for people's comfort. It's 131 rather than how I would usually have it up all the way over here. But again, I don't necessarily want to risk price breaking out of this pennant and then keep pushing to the upside. So I'd rather just set a smaller stop loss and see what's up. So I'm definitely going to get into this trade. Since my stop loss is lower, instead of putting 1% on this trade, I'm going to 1% of my account on this trade, I'm going to put 0.7% of my account on this trade, and then we'll see what happens from there. So that's with GBP AUD. Let's go on to arbitrage real quick and see what GA has. So we got the breakout of the RSI line retest. This is calling for a sell. You have 29 minutes until this candle closes. That's another good confirmation right there to get into a sell. 4-hour time frame it's been bullish for quite some time now, but it's not making any higher highs quite yet. Daily time frame, it's still very much bullish. So to say that this is going to sell, it's kind of risky, but I like the risk to it. And again, same thing with the weekly. If price closes over this, then I'm probably not even going to sell. I'm probably going to be like, no, I'm out. I want to see this fly. But it has to call for that buy first, which won't happen probably until another 2 weeks from now. So overall, I like this sell call that GA is giving. It's a possible opportunity for us to sell it. And again, if price does end up breaking out of this pennant, then I'm out. I'll just be like, all right, take the L, you good. It is what it is, right? So that's for GBP AUD. Let's go on over to, first of all, Euro AUD. So Euro AUD, like I mentioned, this is all I really see on it. I don't see an entry on it possibly. And I definitely don't want to try to, because this is what a lot of people are probably going to be looking at right now. And the market makers are probably going to play with people's emotions. But right now, all I see is that there's a whole bunch of traders that are like, oh, I'm going to place a buy right here because it's holding at this structure and I want it to continue to the upside. If I was looking for buys, regardless, although I don't think it's going to happen, I mean, because we can see that this wick right here bounced off of here and it looks like it's going to drop. If I was looking for buys, I'd have to wait for price to come down to 71%. I don't want to buy it at this 61% fib that it's obviously holding structure at. And again, a lot of retail traders most likely will be like, oh, I'm looking for buys here. It's not bad. It's not a bad idea to look for buys here, but it's just that this has been so bearish that I can't go up against the trend like that. So again, I missed my opportunity for the trade. If it came up here, or if I would have gotten it right here, then yes, I would still be holding the sell. But for now, I'm just gonna stay away from Euro AUD. Don't have really anything to go off of. Let me go on to the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, even from this right here, look at, so it dropped, didn't come up to the 71%. So I don't want to get into this at all, like period. So I'm just gonna wait, just be patient. No need to rush into it. Euro AUD called for a sell a couple hours ago. I think it's gonna drop lower. 4 hour time frame. It's calling for a sell, possibly going to drop lower. Like I said, guys, like as I mentioned on the analysis on Sunday, all I really see it doing is pushing to the downside if it doesn't do this. And apparently it's not doing that. So that's for EA. I don't have an entry on it, but I'm looking for sales on it. Euro GBP. I'm so glad that I didn't end up getting into this because I was just, once price came here, it just kept dropping, and this just looks like it's going to keep falling. So I am going to be extremely patient on this. But if price does end up coming down to 0.85386, I might place a very huge position trade. But other than that, I really don't have anything for Euro GBP other than it's in the downside. It's in a like it's in an extreme downtrend. So other than that, I'm not going to get into a sell, but I can't get into a buy either. I do see that yes, price is holding right here, but same thing as with Euro AUD. All I see is that retail traders are like, oh, this is a good possible buy opportunity to get into Euro GBP. And with GPUSD going to the upside, I'm not trying to sell this. I'm not trying to buy this. So same thing as like with your AUD. I'm gonna be patient, gonna wait on it. Not gonna really try to get into it. There's no reason for me to rush into it at all. So why not just be patient and wait? 4 hour time frame. I mean, I talked about this. I said it did the breakout, retest, continuation to the downside. I talked about that already on Sunday. Um, this, if anything, this is probably what would make me buy if price did end up going bullish on the 1 hour time frame. So I'll set the alert. I'll set the alert up for sure. But like, oh, possible buy. But I'm not really looking for it, to be quite honest with you. Not yet, at least. I'm pretty sure if that buy gets called, then it's gonna be at my entry that I wanted in the first place. So gonna wait and be patient, and let's see what it does once per bar close. Continue anyway. So I'll be watching it, but I'm not really caring for it. Euro NZD, who's still in this? Because it's really making me want to get out the trade. It's really making me want to get out the trade. Or making me want to get into the trade, I mean. Because like I said, price broke out, but it's still, I mean, if I extend this, you could still see rejections coming off of this. So first and foremost, I'm gonna delete that because I'm not in the trade right now. But Euro NZD, especially with Euro GBP falling, I wish I would have saw this yesterday. If I was paying attention, I would have got in so hard. And again, what all I'm seeing right now, a whole bunch of retail traders seeing that, oh, this is a place where I'm looking that I can take a buy from this at. Higher time frame wise, this is all I see, and I still see the same thing. Breakout, retest, continuation to the downside. It's all I see really on Euro NZD being like that's the play that I'm looking for. But same thing with Euro NZD. I mean, if arbitrage is giving me an entry, which it isn't really, I can't I can't get into this with good faith. I can't really say that I want to get in. 4 hour time frame, even the way how this looks, it's not my style. I don't like. I'd rather have the RSI line all the way up here than for it to be like right in the middle of it. But I do believe that Euro NZD is gonna drop. You have 3 out of 4 confirmations. You have one RSI line, price is broken through it and it respected it and it's still holding under. Two, you have hold on. Two, you have the level pro. It's under ground zero, so that's calling for a bearish move. And three, you have the arbitrage Z also calling for it's under the ground zero, so it's calling for a bearish move. The only thing that we're waiting for is just that sell. But other than that, there's 3 out of 4 confirmations for a drop. So, like I said, I'm not looking for a buy, but I can't sell either just because of where price is at. If I can get, I just don't like selling right here at this support. I'd rather have gone into the sell right here because if I would have gone into the sell when at my desired entry, which again I wish I would have been paying attention to it, then I would be currently up. What? Oops. Oh, the x-axis must be locked or something. Yeah, there you go. Or y-axis. I'd be up 65 pips, which isn't bad, but I can't get in right now because all I can see is price holds right here, come back up here again, and then drop. So it is what it is with EN. I missed it. It is what it is. I'll still be watching for it. I'm rooting for it, but it is what it is. GBP JPY, man, this was a good buy stop. I love when my buy stops play out because I really don't even like trading off of them like that. But yeah, GJ, same thing. The trend is your friend. It's been bullish, and I was saying that if price comes and fills up this wick right here, it's probably going to make higher highs. So we were risking 87 pips on GJ, and right now it's gone up 82 pips. I'm just going to go ahead and say that that's my break even spot. So I'm going to take, once I'm off this live, I'm going to take 30% of my profits and move my stop loss to break even so that I don't risk anything off of this trade any longer. Now, I do see the possibility, yes, of this happening. Very much so. I see it 100%, but that's not what I'm concerned about. If I do get stopped out, it is what it is. I made money off the trade as is, but I'll just probably look to get back in it. So we'll see what happens. But GJ's been playing out very nicely. Come on over here. 4 hour time frame bullish, 1 hour time frame bullish. Well, I already know the 15-minute is whatever. Daily time frame bullish. Again, I'm just like, there's no reason for me to try to get into anything if GJ is just gonna be making higher highs. See how it's over here at this previous. Wait, hold on. Let me go over here so you guys can see it better. Oops. There we go. So I really want to see price going to 155.783 personally, and then I'll start to be like, okay, maybe we'll start to see some type of rejections. But again, this thing has been way too bullish, guys. Look at 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 weeks basically of price just being extremely bullish and not showing any type of retracement. It's funny to me. It's really funny to me seeing that. But again, you got to just go with the trend is your friend type of thing. Sniper shot right here, man. Just price broke out, retested, then continued to the upside. That's beautiful. So let's see what happens with GJ. But I am taking my profits as soon as I get off of this call, 30% profits, letting the rest ride out. And once price probably gets up to the likes of, let me see, how many pips are we going for over here? Sorry, we went to the 4 hour. Once price we're trying to get 200 pips, 80. Once price gets to 151.600, that's when I'll take another 40%. 141.600, yes. This is when I'll take another 30% and just let the rest of the trade ride, and whatever it does, it does. So that's what GPJPY. That was a good solid play. All right. USD Mexican, man, I was really hoping that price was going to come and grab this liquidity. It might have just stopped right here, and now it's going to drop. If it does that, then big L for me. But it's all G if it doesn't do that. Like, honestly, I really don't mind. Because overall, I still want this entry down here. I want price to come down here, like at this area, then pump to the upside, like I mentioned on Sunday. Sorry, I might have got too far away from the mic. Was chilling, but 4 hour. Was it the 4 hour that I was looking for? No, it was not. It was the 1 hour I was looking for. So this same setup that I wanted over here, it never happened, but now it's kind of happening over here. You got the sell. I want the retest. Oh, I might not get it, and then a continuation to the downside. And I'm pretty sure the 2 hour is setting up. Yep. Definitely setting up. So for the 2 hour, for you to get in right now, absolutely. It's not terrible. It's not a bad idea at all. You just don't have any confirmations other than price broke through the RSI line and kind of retested it. But other than that, it looks solid if you want to get in for the 2 hour. But I'm personally going to wait for this retest and then a fall. That's what I'm waiting for. If I don't get it, it is what it is. I could just look at the 2 hour and be like, oh, well, there you go. There's my other entry. So you could, like I said, you could literally get into this right here. I'll set up the alerts and everything because this doesn't look terrible. But my stop loss would be probably like up here. So risk to reward is like 1 to 1.88, risking 269 pips to get 505 pips. That's not bad. It's not terrible at all. So I'm going to go ahead and say USD Mexican, crossing. Actually, no. I'll say because it's gonna call for a sell shortly. Short exit all. Went for bar close. Create. Continue anyway. So yes, USD Mexican. If you would like to get in, by all means, do so. It's not. It doesn't look bad for an entry, right? Okay. Let's look at Mr. Gold. Been going crazy. I've been hearing. Oh my goodness, it has been, man. And just like I mentioned, just like that. Wow. Gold is insane, man. What? So it literally took out traders from the trade, then popped to the upside. Wherever this thing stops, wherever it stops, I'm probably gonna need to come back to this area before I look for a buy. But dang, man, it's funny how price really did. How many? It moved like that since I talked about it yesterday. 437 pips. Wow. Yeesh, man, that's crazy. But anyways, for gold, at this point in time, all I could really wait for is for price to, like I said, I needed to come back into this area, 1689, and then I'll look for a potential move back to the upside because I still need 1762. I still need that retest of 1762 before I look to get into another sell position. That's just me personally. Oh wait, what am I doing? I need that. There we go. So push to the upside, retest, continuation. And again, I need 1762. If this doesn't happen, it is what it is. I'm just playing out what I want to see first before I get in. Because I could definitely see price just popping to the upside and being gold, right? Um 1 hour time frame, terrible looking. Why is this up? 2 hour time frame, terrible. 4 hour time frame, it doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad at all. Where is this at? 1786. That's not even a bad. It's not even a bad possibility. This is what I like out of everything. Breakout, retest, continuation. But I'd rather prefer my entry based off of technical analysis. But if I'm taking this trade right here, this is what it would look like. A little lower. There you go. Perfect. So I'd have to put it under these candles right here, just slightly under them. And if I get a double bottom and price push to the upside, it is what it is. But this is what I'm looking for on gold for a potential buy. I like that buy possibility. So that's for gold. It's Mr. Goldie Gold. Let's go on to the US indices. I have not checked on as. I like how the buy on S&P is still playing out. Guys, this thing is going to go ahead TP. You heard it here first. There's nothing really there's nothing really that, other than what I said yesterday, like, oh, the possibility of this playing out. It played out nicely. It played out pretty decently. But I'd have only been able to take like 30% profits from it and then got stopped out at break even. And I think price is still going to go and make higher highs. 846. So the opening bell has already happened. And you're seeing bullish candles. Go on to the lower time frames real quick. I want to see how this played out on the 5 minute real quick. First of all, let me hide this. So yeah, so this is opening bell right here on this candle right here. Made some indecision. Price acted like it was gonna drop. Left a big wick to the downside. I definitely expect this to push to the upside high to make higher highs. Let's look at the volume. Volume off of this 830 candle. Boom. It's interesting, right? So gotta wait and see how the S&P and all that is going to play out, but I am expecting for this to continue going bullish. Let me get rid of all this stuff right here and put my long position back. So I'm gonna wait and see what S&P does. I'm like, stay in the trade. You have no reason to get out. Really, you really have no reason to get out other than it's holding right here. But if that's the reason why you're gonna get out, then I'm not sure if you're down to be a swing trader. I'm just playing. Just going over, wait, arbitrage real quick. Four-hour time frame, just barely calling for a buy, but I don't like how it looks at all, regardless. Ooh, this daily, if price doesn't break out of, let me just do this on the regular chart. Daily, boom. Price literally needs to break out of this little resistance right here. If prices break through this resistance, then it could definitely be looking to fall, because the way how this is, like you guys always, like I always say, guys, I usually use the upper danger zone and the lower danger zone as my take profits or very good entries for potential buys or sells. And for price to be holding right here, it held right here for one day, and they even gave a magenta candle. So I could definitely be seeing some type of bearish momentum happening with the S&Ps, but I'm in the buy. So what I'm probably end up gonna do, depending on how this candle closes today, I put emphasis on that, I might get into a sell. And I would have a very, very, very tight stop loss, like right here. 43, only risking 43 points. And I'm going to be looking to get 1,721 points. That's a risk reward of 1 to 4. That's amazing. So that's what I'm looking for personally for S&P. If it holds right here, I have to see how this candle closes. So I have 7 hours and 9 minutes to wait until I can see what I'm going to do with S&P right here, right? So that's for that. Let me go on over watching this, but I'm in the buy as well. So I should actually, yeah, I'm putting it as watching it though. I'm watching you as well. Dow Jones. And again, guys, I said like, oh, take your profits off of this move because I didn't like how it looked. And so it hit stop loss right after. And, you know, it is what it is. But I'm like, I'm not liking how it looks. Played off of this buy box too nicely. And yeah, same thing with Dow Jones. If you want to try and sell it from here, just because of that small resistance, go ahead. I ain't stopping you, but all I see is them making higher highs. Hit my buy box nicely. All I see is them making higher highs. So not even gonna talk too much about this. All I see, higher highs. That's it. So NASDAQ. Oh, yes, thank you. Oh man, I did not want to look at my MT4 because of this NASDAQ play. All right, cool, awesome. So NASDAQ, we're getting that bullish movement. I'm glad that it's back to my entry, just like how AUD is back to my entry. Don't know how it's looking right now. It's looking positive for the day. Up 0.75%. That's cool for the day. But yeah, still in this NASDAQ trade, I still fully expect this to go bullish. I love how it came and really rejected off of this 78.6, and then it's starting to show that bullish movement. I should have stuck with my regular how I usually trade with this. I could have got us a nice entry right here. But it is what it is, you know? I'm still in this. I'm still holding it, and I still believe it could possibly make higher highs. It is up 2.74% for the day, as you can see right here. So that's like, you know, we're seeing positive numbers on it. So that's cool. So with that being said, NASDAQ, US 30, SPX 500, I am still very much bullish on them. I think that this is going to take off very shortly. So we'll see what happens. I don't even want to look at the cryptos because I'm looking at this $54,000. I'm hurt. I really should have stuck with my position here. You guys know I've been talking about this for the past 2 weeks. I should have stuck with my position, man. With my 71% fit, because I would be up big. Right now, from this 71% VIP, if you would have taken the trade at the 71%, you would be up 11,361 pips. 11,361 pips. And it's funny because there's a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but there's this one dude that he was really talking. He's really talking as if that, oh, that you're just talking whatever. That wasn't your position. And that wasn't your position. That's not how you usually trade it. And I'm just like, you can literally go and look at any any of my past like trading, my past live analysis, you can go look at any of those. And what do I always talk about? I always talk about that 71% fib. Always, always, always talk about it. So that's why I'm like, with this move, I just didn't get the desired entry that I wanted at 42,000 because I was saying that that was a structure level that I wanted to see Bitcoin hit before it continues to the upside. But guys, again, all I really see is just making higher highs. Like, it's doing it. You see what Ripple's talking about. Same thing with Ripple. Came to my 71% as per usual, pushing high. Well, it's not making higher highs quite yet. It's just been really stagnant. I don't like the way how this is choppy, but it is what it is. Dang, Bitcoin is 71 cents. Oh, it is. I did not notice this. Yo, what? I did not notice that that's the 71 cents. It's even more value than Ripple. That's crazy. But anyways, Litecoin, same thing. 71% fib. It hit my alert, push to the upside. Ethereum is really about to take off. It's really about to like make higher highs. This is the one for sure, that if you guys, like I said, if you guys did the stacking, like I mentioned, 0.3% at 61.8, 0.3% off of any of these cryptos, off of any of them, if anybody would have taken that advice, you'd be up crazy nice. Like look at this. 5,054 pips. Litecoin, 440 pips. Ripple, although it's not the best, it's still up 856 pips. So it is what it is. I missed those. I wouldn't dare try to sell these. This could be a potential liquidity grab, but just based off of how it's been moving for the past couple of days, I don't think it is. I wouldn't try to sell it right here. If it does, I would just have to see if price is really good. I have to see how this daily candle closes. But the weekly, I mean, I said it, guys. You can't be scared of seeing 1 week of red and then just say that, oh, this is going to crash. It's literally looking like it's probably about to make higher highs. So that's with that. But other than that, is there any other questions? I know there's nobody on here, but I do see that there's people on my YouTube. So if there's any questions on YouTube, I'll stay on for like an extra minute because I know that there is a little bit of a lag there. But is there any other questions? All right, guys. Well, that wasn't a minute, but if there's no questions, I'm pretty sure that YouTube would have gotten that by now. There's no questions, guys? Then I'm going to go ahead and hop off. I do appreciate everybody for hopping onto the analysis live. And for those who are watching the playback, I appreciate you guys as well. Bitcoin really did me dirty, man. I really can't believe this, but it is what it is. So thank you guys for checking out another one of my analysis, and we'll see what the markets give us. But I see a lot of good opportunities in the market. I see a lot of good. Ooh, this is even a better entry for me. Yeah, I see a lot of good opportunity in the market. So take care, guys, and let's make some money this week. Later.